So right here, before we even get this started, there's no way that Darth Vader is winning this. I mean, there's just no way. This is my pre-prediction to the battle. There's no way that Darth Vader can win. Darth Vader has like a 70% chance of winning against Kid Obito. Okay, meaning that Kid Obito that fought that fought Minato and survived, that Obito has a 30% chance of winning against Vader. So if that Kid Obito has a 30% chance of winning, Toby, Orange Mask Akatsuki Toby, has at least 50 to 60% chance of winning. Vader just don't have the tools to hit Obito. He don't have the tools to hit him. He don't have the power to hit him. Force push, it's not gonna do anything. Force choke, it's not gonna do anything. Obito literally had half his body crushed, was still alive long enough to pluck his eyeball out and give it to his best friend. He doesn't care about pain. He literally had half his body crushed as a child, stayed alive. That's a durability feat. Then on top of having half his body crushed, said, hey, I'm just about to pluck my eye out and give it to my best friend. Okay, so how did he do that? I don't know. And stayed alive the whole time. Then kept staying alive after half his body was gone and his eyeball was out long enough for him to get healed. Then when he got older and fought, why am I forgetting his name? Kakashi put a hole through his chest using lightning. He had a hole in his chest, stayed alive, kept fighting, and then proceeded to fight a alien god named Kaguya, all with a hole in his chest, before finally dying. So a force choke, he doesn't care about, bro. Force choke, not gonna do anything to him. Lightsaber cuts, come on, bro. Half his body was crushed and he had a hole in his chest caused by lightning. He don't care about getting swiped with a lightsaber. That's if you can touch him, because he still got his Mangekyo Sharingan that can phase through attacks. So that's if you're able to touch him. And he fought against Minato as a 12-year-old and survived. The same Minato that had the flee on sight command for the Third Great Ninja War, where they said, if you see him, do not engage, just run. That's the same Minato that could teleport anywhere he wants to in the blink of an eye, teleport behind you, slit your throat, it's over with. He fought against him as a 12-year-old and survived. Vader just doesn't have the speed, he don't have the powers, and his main weapon of choice is a lightsaber. It honestly, it doesn't even matter, because can you even hit him because of his Mangekyo powers? So Vader just doesn't have the tools to handle Obito. And that's not even getting to Rinnegan Obito. That's just Sharingan, Mangekyo Sharingan level Obito. That's Toby, that's Akatsuki Toby. That's not even Obito who's using his full powers of the Sharingan, let alone Obito who's using the Rinnegan too. You're not doing. And then after he got the Rinnegan, then he had the Tail Beast. You're not fighting them. Then after the Tail Beast, then he had the Sage mode Obito. You're not beating him neither. So come on, yeah, Vader, it's a wrap for Vader. I just want to see how they're gonna try to justify Vader's power level, because he is strong, but Obito is just, it's too much. Vader doesn't have anything that can hit him. All he got is his lightsaber and force choke. Force push, he don't care about force push. He don't care about force lightning, because Vader can do force lightning. He just don't use it that often, but he can use it. He doesn't care about, Obito does not care about force lightning, bro. So I just want to see what they got to say about this, but I know for a fact Vader is not winning.
Money making season and being broke is treason.
Battle is sponsored by Brandon Yates.
Again? Murderer Darth Vader. So he took him under his wing to become the papa he never had. Or so was the plan, until... yeah.
Instead, Qui-Gon's apprentice became Anakin's mentor. But while Anakin sought a father figure, Obi-Wan saw him as more of a brother.
I'm sure that won't cause any awkward tension whatsoever.
Drama and trauma aside, Anakin quickly became a powerful Jedi. He excelled in lightsaber combat and the Force, an energy field that binds all living things together.
The Force lets Jedi move stuff with their mind, fend off mental attacks, predict the future, and make people believe these aren't the droids they're looking for. They're basically space.
Okay, they said fend off mental attacks, and they're gonna try to use that for the Genjutsu, but the mental attacks that they're fending off is nowhere near the level of Genjutsu, let alone Sharingan Genjutsu, which is a step above regular Genjutsu. So he could probably fend off Genjutsu if we're gonna give him that. I mean, I haven't really seen Vader do that, but if we want to give him that, okay, cool. And let's even, for the sake of argument, say he can fend off Sharingan Genjutsu, which is more powerful than regular Genjutsu. All right, cool. We haven't really seen that, or at least I haven't really seen that, but cool. Vader can take that. But even with him having that ability, he still cannot win. He still has nothing to hit Obito with, and that's my whole thing.
Through rigorous training and a not unnoticeable natural talent, Anakin was particularly skilled in the Form 5 lightsaber fighting styles, Xian and Jian So.
Also known as the Way of the Crate Dragon. You know that big sand dragon Mando blew up from the inside? Yeah, make that a lightsaber.
Form 5 is incredibly versatile, well suited for defending against lightsaber and blaster alike. It focuses on blending parries with devastating counterattacks, aiming to win duels through overwhelming pressure.
Perfect for the Padawan who just bulldozed his way through training to become a Jedi Knight.
Even as a newly knighted Jedi, Anakin could keep up with some of the most experienced Jedi Masters and Sith Lords of his time.
But he had plenty of other problems to deal with, like his late-blooming rebellious teenage angst. I mean, you don't just throw a kid into Space Monk School and expect him to forget everyone he ever cared about, right? Well, apparently that's what he was supposed to do.
The life of a Jedi can be difficult and cold, something Anakin could not accept. And so, rather than let his secret wife die in childbirth, he was seduced to the dark side through the promise of power.
And so began his Jedi kill streak, until Obi-Wan gave him a glorious lava bath. How refreshing.
But thanks to his new Sith Master Palpatine, our young warrior was saved, reborn, rebuilt. He was now Darth Vader.
Vader is a badass. Everyone knows it, and they're terrified of him. I mean, just look at the guy.
As impressive as his armor appears, you might be surprised by its quirks.
What the heck?
See, while the Jedi view the Force as an ally,
What cartoon was
the
that?
Sith see it as a tool from which they draw power through passion and emotion. Most potently, negative emotions. Palpatine trained Vader by not only making him believe he killed his wife, but also ensuring he would never forget the monstrous machine he had become.
By making the suit suck ass and piss him off. Seriously, Vader hates this suit.
The armor would beep at random times just to annoy him, and the life support system was outdated from the start. Sometimes it would even turn off for several minutes.
That doesn't seem good for someone with burnt up lungs.
And it was so heavy and clunky that he could barely walk, sometimes even resorting to moving himself with the Force.
Oh man, I knew Palpy was evil, but I never knew he was such a dick.
Well, despite these issues, the armor fulfilled its true purpose, crafting Darth Vader into the equivalent of a slasher movie villain commanding a galactic army.
Nobody wants to mess with him. Thanks to the dark side of the Force, he can make maelstroms.
Why don't he
that
get his
blast
armor
everything
actually
away,
fixed?
form barriers that shield from all sorts of attacks, and choke anything that's even a minor inconvenience. Hell, sometimes he skips straight to crushing your lungs.
One time, a droid named I-5 tried to kill Vader with a laser stated to move 300,000 kilometers per second. That's light speed, and Vader easily blocked it.
And for as much bullshit as Palpatine threw at him, Vader was tough enough and stubborn enough to push
At
through
light
it.
speed.
Palpatine knew that Vader would eventually try to kill him and take over the Empire. It's how the Sith work. So he constantly fanned Vader's hatred by sending assassins after him to make sure he was still worthy of being his apprentice.
Oh, that's nothing. One time, he blasted off most of Vader's robo limbs, destroyed his armor, dropped him back on the lava planet, and told him to make his way back without the Force.
An impossible task, yet one Vader accomplished.
Yeah, because he really wants to kill Palpatine.
And that hatred is apparently useful in keeping Force wielders alive, and has sustained many Sith in conditions that would otherwise kill them.
I'm sorry, Liam Neeson. You should have hated a little more.
Vader has killed hundreds, possibly thousands of Jedi, including Obi-Wan himself. He's fought entire armies on his own, even taken on monsters the size of mountains.
He's so unstoppable, an assassin droid hired to kill him quit the job because he calculated that Vader was impossible to kill.
And in Ewoks material from the old Legends canon, a real deep cut, we know, lesser darkside users like the Night Sister Shiral overpowered the Sun Star, an ancient artifact capable of shifting moons, a feat which would require energy worth over 12 septillion tons of TNT.
That's 24 zeros. But if you want something more recent, here's a planet blowing up while Vader was on it, and he's fine.
But thanks to both his incredible power and the mercy and trust of his secret son, Vader would eventually avenge the atrocities of Palpatine. Even more important, he finally saved someone he loved. Ultimately, Anakin Skywalker truly did bring balance to the Force.
Kinda, until Rey ruined everything and brought
the
Palpatine
leader
back.
of the Hidden Leaf Village,
But that's neither
and
here
their
nor there.
strongest ninja, respected and loved by all. Though few have attained this title, many have strived for it.
One such striver, sadly lacking in parents, wanted to both help people and be acknowledged by the rest of the village. And what better way to do that than having your face carved into a mountain?
I can already
If
see
you think I'm talking
for the
about
Vader
Naruto,
side, they're gonna try to use the that light speed feat of him dodging that blast, paired up with his ability to guard against mental attacks. They're gonna use that for Genjutsu. They're gonna use the light speed feat of blocking that laser blast to try to be like, oh, Obito don't have nothing fast enough. I can already see where that's about to go.
that than having your
This is the
face
way our
carved
death
into
battle
a
be. I
mountain.
can see they about
If
to
you
try to
think I'm
use
talking
that.
about Naruto,
But
yes,
even with
again,
that, bro, I
this
still don't
is
see
the
it.
story of Obito
Still don't see it.
Uchiha.
Obito is going-
unfortunately lacked the natural
going
talent for
dog
ninja
walking.
arts attributed to his Uchiha bloodline.
So he signed up for ninja school and eventually joined a team with his rival Kakashi, his crush Rin, and their leader Minato. Where do you think I could get into a ninja school like that?
Not one that teaches you to harness this form of chakra, a limited form of physical and spiritual energy that exists inside all human beings and, naturally, can be weaponized.
He can use it to run up walls and make clones of himself, but even better, blow shit up.
This is ninjutsu. Among its many techniques include elemental attacks, and the Uchiha specialize in all things fire.
Big fireballs, small fireballs, waves of fire, columns of fire, you name it, they've got it. So when Ninja World War III came along, it totally made sense to get this fire ninja involved at the age of 11. Yikes! Well, lucky for Obito, he had one more secret weapon up his sleeve, eye socket, the Sharingan.
The Sharingan grants extremely precise vision, allowing someone to see the flow of chakra, predict an enemy's attacks, cast a variety of genjutsu illusions, and even break out of said illusions.
Too bad he didn't get to use the red eyes much. Like 10 minutes after he got the damn things, he got smushed under a big rock. What a way to go! But since he wasn't expecting to use his super eyes anymore, he handed one off to Kakashi. And then
Just
he
plucked
died.
it out like it was
The
nothing.
end. Just kidding!
Miraculously, Obito survived long enough to be rescued by another Uchiha, the legendary Madara. Madara granted Obito a new body, regenerating the limbs he'd lost.
You're probably thinking, oh, what a swell guy. Except he was not. Madara was brewing some plans for world domination and needed a pawn to carry them out. So he tricked Obito into watching Kakashi kill Rin, making him fall victim to the Uchiha's curse of hatred.
Within the Uchiha clan, there exists an ideal of being extremely devoted to love. It has been speculated that if a particularly powerful Uchiha loses someone important to them, that love will be replaced with an all-consuming hatred. This is how Obito awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan.
Or Red Eye 2.0. The Mangekyo gave him a new jutsu called Kamui. With it, he can suck his foes into another dimension and leave them there to die. He can even hide weapons in there until he needs them, like his gun-by fan. But even better, he can phase through stuff.
Well, not quite. Kamui gives Obito the power to move through objects in a manner that's similar to the common phasing superpower akin to the Flash or Kitty Pryde. In reality, it's much more complex, as Obito is actually teleporting parts of his body into the Kamui dimension whenever they overlap with other matter. See, there's his body parts right there.
Well, if it looks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's phasing. Heads up! Yeah! Way later on, he also got another super eye. Man, he's really swapping these things around like a Prime sub on Twitch.
This Renegon grants Obito the power of the 6 paths, giving him some nifty abilities
All
like controlling
overpowered.
gravity with the Deva path, ripping out souls with the human path, and summoning
Overpowered.
giant monsters with the animal path.
With
Also
all
overpowered.
the awful stuff he'd gone through, Obito realized that the ninja world was corrupt to its core. His dream of everyone being happy and working together was never gonna happen. So instead, he agreed to carry out Madara's Giga Brain plan to control everything.
Donning masks and multiple personas, he recruited a number of rogue shinobi to form the Akatsuki terrorist group and kicked off Ninja World War IV, all to revive the monstrous Ten Tails.
I know what you're thinking. Wasn't the whole point of this to stop war in the first place? And that's
No.
a very good question. Anyway, the Ten Tails!
A living mass of near inexhaustible chakra, the Ten Tails possesses tremendous power. It can create massive thunderstorms and hurricanes, multiple clones of itself, and the devastating tailed beast bomb.
Forget bomb! That's basically a super nuke! This chakra ball is so explosive, it can eclipse continents and reduce mountains to dust.
Comparing the surface area of this blast to the surrounding mountains, dispersing that much mass within a fraction of a second must have yielded a kinetic energy worth over 13 septillion tons of TNT.
That's 24 zeros! Again, Obito wanted that power for himself and was willing to throw hands with anyone to get it. He's held up against master ninjas like Kakashi, Minato, and even Naruto in his Monster Energy drink form, which could outmaneuver
He did the Minato feat when he was 12. Remember that.
And he far surpassed all of them when he finally sealed the Ten Tails within himself, becoming its Jinchuriki. This little makeover granted him unlimited flight, power rivaling the legendary Sage of Six Paths, and the truth-seeking orbs.
These special little bowling balls can shapeshift into any form the user wants, like a staff, giant arms, an umbrella thing, or this crazy spiral blade that
Vader's
apparently
not gonna
helps
win
shape
this,
the whole
bro.
world. Oh, holy shit,
There's no
it's
way.
huge.
The truth-seeking orbs can completely disintegrate anything they touch at both a molecular and spiritual level. Only those with the power of the Six Paths can resist their effects.
Plus, with the Mangle monster in his system, Obito's regeneration got amped to the point where he can survive having half of his body control Alt-deleted away. All cards in his hand, he was ready for the final stages of the Giga Plan.
He summoned the God Tree and prepared to launch the Infinite Tsukuyomi, a powerful illusion that would trap the entire world in a never-ending dream, free of conflict and sorrow.
But the violent cruelty of the ninja world could only quiver in fear when the anime protagonist walked in the room. After getting one-two'd by some talk no jutsu, Obito saw within Naruto the spirit of his former self, someone who was always trying to help others. And they'd say his heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Obito joined Naruto and
I hate
Kakashi
talk no
in
jutsu
saving
so
the
much,
world,
bro.
giving his life to protect
I hate
his
it so
friends.
much.
And in his last
It's
moments,
such
he
bullshit.
entrusted them with reaching the dream he had so long ago, to become Hokage, of which they both succeeded.
Though he may have lost his ninja way, Obito Uchiha overcame his hatred and helped realize the world he wanted. Again?
All right, let's get to this battle, man.
Keep getting away with it.
He won't. Out of Death Battle itself.
Love the music from Death Battle? Then don't wait. Subscribe to.
We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time
Yeah.
for a Death Battle.
All my money's on Obito. All my coins, everything on Obito.
I sense your fear, your anger.
Wait, they starting him out with the Rinnegan? They starting him with the Rinnegan? He's not even gonna power up to the Rinnegan. They're gonna start him with the Rinnegan. Well, then it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. He's starting off with the
Your
Rinnegan.
fear, your anger, and a power. I will be taking it.
That power will save this cursed world. You'll have to pry it from my cold, dead hands.
I like that they're 3D
You will die.
instead of pixel art.
What?
All too easy. I expected more.
I won't disappoint.
All he got is that saber. There's nothing else he can do against him. What? He targeted his eye?
You've lost your humanity as well.
On the path of the dark side, it is inevitable. Impressive.
You telling me Vader is stopping that? What?
Inevitable.
Bruh, I love Vader, but when did he ever become powerful enough to stop that?
Accept this gift and die.
How's he even touching him? How's he even touching him? He got his Sharingan back. He's supposed to be phasing through this stuff.
You are liberated from hell. Find peace in the next life.
KO! Well, Vader may have been able to beat
I'm not gonna lie.
Obi-Wan, but he just couldn't
I'm
handle
surprised he
Obito.
even made it that
This
far.
was a fairly complex matchup. Both Darth Vader and Obito were roughly even in power and speed, so it truly came down to their skill and arsenals.
And boy, did they have some deep bags of tricks. Even some of the same tricks. Both could fend off mental attacks. Both could move things around with their minds. And they both even had options to instantly kill each other.
Vader could simply force crush Obito's body, but Obito could just as easily rip out Vader's soul. However, Obito had a few more impressive options available to him, edging out just enough to earn a win.
For starters, Kamui made Obito extremely difficult just to touch, let alone injure. And as a Jinchuriki, he could regenerate from half of his body getting destroyed. While the dark side could help Vader survive extreme conditions, it obviously can't regrow limbs.
Plus, thanks to his wide array of jutsu, Obito would eventually overwhelm Vader. While chakra may normally be a limited source of energy, unlike the Force, the Ten Tails provided Obito with an unlimited supply. And since chakra is both spiritual and physical energy, this means Obito would be able to fight on indefinitely.
Last but not least, Vader's preference for lightsaber combat means that he'd be up close and personal with Obito, right? Which left him vulnerable to getting disintegrated by one of the many truth-seeking orbs, or even worse, sucked up into the Kamui dimension. Yeah, don't forget about that. Not only would he have no way out, he probably wouldn't even be able to tap into the Force while stuck there. Game over. Have fun starving to death, I guess. Wonder how long you can feed on hate.
Darth Vader may have had a tenacity that few others could match, but against
Yeah, man.
Obito's
I'm just surprised they even let him go that far against him. Because even Obito with just the Sharingan, with just the Rinnegan, I had him beating him no difficulty, bro. No difficulty at all. So yeah, all right. So my prediction was right. No way in hell that Vader could win, and I was right. Let me know in the comments down below if you thought that Vader would win or if you thought that Obito would win. I'll see you on the next video. I'm out.